All right, fellas. So we're gonna do an update real quick. It's Sunday afternoon, March 6th, about 3 o'clock or so. All the rest of the yahoos are up at Atmo having their drag racing deal, and I'm still here trying to make this happen. So you can see I started taking more of the wiring apart. I got the fenders off, and hadn't messed with this too much. I still got to get some things done on the inside before I start moving wiring around out here. But a couple things I wanted to point out: when you switch from auto to a manual, your speedometer cable comes through that hole. That hole is going to be where your clutch cable comes out now. So what you do is pull your speedometer cable out, drill this hole right here. There's already an indentation, and that's where your speedo cable goes through. The what you call it, transmission cooler, all of the transmission stuff is out, all the harness, all the stuff's out. So I had the cooler mounted up here, and you use these things to secure it to the, I use it to secure it to the AC condenser. You can see these are ribbed, not for any kind of protection or satisfaction. That's for the lock that goes on the other side to secure it. But what I do when I use these, I got these little plastic tubes here. What I do is take a Phillips screwdriver and go through the condenser, make sure I don't hit a line, and then I put these through there. So the what you call it, the mount, the lock will ride on that plastic tube instead of right on the line in the condenser or the radiator. Because I've seen more than a few times where these things will like eat a hole through the radiator or the condenser, and you have a leak. So I put these on, and I'm going to put these in the pack with the rest of the stuff, and I got a few more of these will go along with it. It's getting shipped to England. Looks like we're kind of got a tentative deal struck. Guy's gonna come here and pick up all the stuff and get it palletized. I got all the receipts, the guides, all the harness, the controller, all that stuff's in there all ready to go. And that's the transmission, the pedal assembly, shifter, the shifter cable, yada yada, the whole works. So like I said, up under here's, that's a mess, and this ain't a whole lot better. It's probably worse, but believe it or not, we're actually making progress. I still got to get the pedal assembly out of here, and I mentioned pedal assembly before. The one that's going over to England is from Vincent's Capri, so that was in really good shape, probably better shape than this one. So and since they're both the same, I figured it'd be just as expedient to get that one to them. What did I have going on here? So I'm taking the battery cable that goes up to the front is going to be pulled out and run over on this side, and then so the only one over that would be the alternator cable, and then a bunch of other wires are coming out from underneath the hood. Got to be run over here on this side after I get the pedal assembly situated, and then I can start working on like the neutral safety switch. If I decide to kind of look into that more, decide if I want to pursue that or not, and we'll see how that one goes out. So I still got to clean, get the wiring situated, get all this cleaned, put paint on this, and one other thing. Oh, I want to show you a couple more things that Vincent picked up. He got two 15x10s. So we call them drag lights. Got those from Roger. He's a guy who lives over in Navarre. He's got the black, flat black Chevy square body that you've probably seen on Kevin's videos, and he's got the Fox Stang. It's that gray 408 Fox body with an automatic. You see him standing up pretty good on probably on Kevin or Rod's videos. Also got this thing to use on the Trooper car when I put the Victor Jr. back on. This is a Roush I got from eBay. It's like 35 bucks. It's an 1 3/4 spacer. It's really light, and it's aluminum. The spacer I ran on the last time was this one here, phenolic 1 inch. They're prone to warping and leaking. You can see where stuff seeped through there, and so we're gonna be running that. And I bought this on eBay with my intention of sealing it to the bottom of the hood. Well, it was $30. The reason it was cheap, it didn't have the bottom cut out, so I drilled holes in there. Just haven't cut it out yet. I saw one on a it's a reproduction for the 66 GT350s, Shelby GT350s. It looks taller and bigger, which is what I would want. I've emailed them a couple of times trying to get an answer for the size, you know, some specs on it, but so far they haven't answered. So, but that one's like $75, so I want to try to get an answer before I spend that much. And lastly, I forgot to mention in the last video, got to give a shout out to Anthony. He's got a Pinto with a 347 in it. Anyway, he come across some stuff he didn't need. Had like header gaskets. These are good. These are what I normally use on pretty much everything. The Felpro 1415s. You can reuse them. I've reused them several times. If you get any little piece comes out when it separates, little skin of orange RTV on that, and it'll be good as new. Of course, I put orange RTV on it when I put them together after I've used them a couple of times, and then these other header gaskets. Another header gasket, a 1487 Felpro. I give that to Rod so he could use it on those Pro Max or whatever heads he had. And he had a set of 3/8 rocker studs. So thanks, Anthony. Appreciate you. We're going to put that stuff to good use. And meantime, I got to get back on this thing. This is a condenser from a SN car. I put it in here thinking it was bigger and it might work better, but I never got the AC hooked up, and this was kind of in the way over there a little bit. You can see in the corner when I put that bigger radiator in, so I might put the Fox body one back in. That's another thing I got to check out more. But anyway, I figured I'd give you an update because tomorrow night and Tuesday night I got to do adulty stuff, so I figured I'd knock this out this afternoon while I could. And a heads up, you should be getting videos from Rod and Kevin the next week or so about how things went at Atmore today. All right, fellas, appreciate y'all. Later.